episode of the GOAT Fantasy Football Podcast, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Here with you again, I'm your host, Jim Neander. Find me on Twitter at Jim Neander. Catch the show at GOATFF Podcast. Let us know what you think so far. Trying to get a little more traction here. We got some more viewers, some more listeners. We're available now on all the major podcasting platforms. You can listen to us, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the major ones, and a lot of the smaller ones also. So, pretty cool. Last season, everything was just on YouTube only. So now you can continue to, watch my beautiful face as I, speak these smooth, sultry fantasy football notes to you. Sorry, yeah, a little lubricated on this episode here, but we're gonna have some fun. We're talking about pick number 8 in a PPR mock draft. So, we're doing a PPR mock draft series, basically running a full PPR mock draft from each one of the 12 slots, 1 through 12, trying to give you an idea that if you already know what draft slot you're picking from, try to give you a game plan. What kind of guys am I targeting in each round, with my rankings and compared to, current ADP and expert consensus rankings, what kind of team can you put together from each one of these spots? So, if you're like me, you've got multiple leagues, you've got keeper leagues, you've got, lots of things going on. So, things can change. There's news coming out every day. There's injuries, there's contract signings, there's migraines, there's holdouts, there's all kinds of stuff happening. But, I've got my ear to the ground every day. I'm here to help you out. So, if you make sure to watch the GOAT daily throughout the season, we're going to be on 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, putting out episodes. The first couple of days of the week, going to be talking about the review of the week before, talking about, all the performances, great performances, bad ones, things to look for. Wednesday is kind of a little more of a wild card day. And then Thursday and Friday, previewing the weekend's action. So, we got football in a week. Right now, it's Thursday night, and we got football 1 week from tonight. We will have kicked off just about a half an hour ago. And yeah, I'm going to be psyched. I'm going to be glued to the TV, watching the Chiefs and the Texans. Hopefully I have some skin in the game. Be quite honest, I might draft, some Texans or Chiefs just to have skin in the game in the first game. That's how excited I am, but hopefully I'll stick away from that line of thinking here. Want to keep my wits about me and have my best team. So, all right, we're drafting from the 8th spot here. Make sure that we're all set and ready to go. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's start our draft with the 8th pick. Now, the 8th pick here, you have an interesting decision because right off the bat here, you kind of got to decide, right? Am I going, to plant my flag for one of these, bigger question mark running backs that are going at the end of the first round, right? Whether that's, Joe Mixon or Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs, one of these guys, Austin Eckler, Miles Sanders, or am I going to take one of the wide receivers that I know is going to perform, that I feel good about, that I'm happy with. So, I look at all the guys that went here. I know last time I went with Clyde Edwards-Helaire at the 6 or at the 7, and he's still available, and I definitely might go that way. I'm actually going to wait and hope that Kenyon Drake falls. I love Kenyon Drake. I'm going to go with Julio Jones. I want the guaranteed 90-plus receptions. I want the 1,300-plus, yards. And if he can get up to 8 touchdowns, then, man, he's in for a monster season. So, all right. Let's see who fell to me here. Unfortunately, Edwards-Helaire, Joe Mixon, Eckler, Kenyon Drake, and Miles Sanders all went. But I know that means that Josh Jacobs is still there, and I think he's unfairly fallen. So I love this pick at the number 2 here. My running back 1 is Josh Jacobs. I have Julio Jones. I'm off and running. So there we go. The 2 tight ends, end of the second round. The 2 quarterbacks, beginning of the third. You don't need me to tell you who those are. You should know. Kelsey and Kittle, the 2 top tight ends. Mahomes and Jackson, the 2 top quarterbacks. Always going in the second and third, in some combination. All right, so I've got a running back and a receiver. I'm on the clock. Let me pause the clock here so I have time to talk to you. All right. Here we go. Let's look at what's available here. James Conner, All right, so, and this is the thing. The problem with doing a series like this is just that just like every other show, I'm listening and watching to all the other podcasts about fantasy football, and they're doing the same thing. They're basically repeating themselves daily about guys they love, guys they're off, unless things change radically, which they don't. So if you're out here and you're looking at all these players here, you're looking at running backs and receivers, you know who I'm picking here. You know it's James Conner. I'd love to see Odell Beckham Jr. come back to me, something like that. But I don't know if they're going to. Still going to go with Conner. That's just the way my draft's going to go. I hope. Oh nope, there he goes. Maybe AJ Brown comes back. We'll see. Zach Ertz, AJ. Oh, all right. So I picked Conner, then went OBJ the pick after. So obviously didn't make it back. Juju, Fournette. Even Fournette is a buck. I think this is just an algorithm type thing where he's going in the third round. I wouldn't really take that to heart. I don't think he's going in the third round for people at all right now. He should be a 10th round or later, pick with the Bucks. Zach Ertz. Oh man, Mark Andrews has not gone. Now I haven't had any Mark Andrews shares because I don't want him in the third. A lot of times I've already picked, either Kelsey or Kittle in the second if they fall to the right spot. So I'm going Andrews here because I love him as the third tight end. I think if his snap count goes up, the fact that Hurst is gone, he could be in for a 110 target season, and with the kind of efficiency he showed last year, that could be an absolute nightmare for people. So, all right. Oh, Tyler Lockett went just before me. That would have been my pick for sure. We see DK Metcalf here going before Lockett, so that's something to keep an eye on. We see that happening in some drafts. And it's kind of iffy here. I have Lockett very high, so. But A.J. Brown, Ridley, McLaurin, a lot of my targets here in the 4th and 5th are gone. I forewent those guys to get Mark Andrews in the 4th here. So let's see. Do I go wide receiver or running back? Let's see who the best available are. Kareem Hunt, Swift, Singletary, Mostert. Not in love with this tier, especially since they already have 2 running backs. So I'm looking at wide receiver here. I'm going Devontae Parker. Listen, I think Fitzpatrick's going to be the starter for most of the season, which is all you need for fantasy, at least to get you there. And I'm willing to bet that he's going to be a wide receiver 2 for sure, if not a chance at a wide receiver 1. And you're not even paying that price for him. So, all right, now in the 6th round, we start to see the quarterbacks go again. You know the deal. The next 4, Prescott, Wilson, Murray, and Deshaun Watson. If I don't go with Deshaun Watson here, he's going to be gone, but I'm going to wait. Not going to go there. Probably going to look at some running back depth, see who's still out there. Oh, man. So, I'm just shocked that Kareem Hunt still fell. I didn't want him in that last round because of my roster construction, but I definitely want Kareem Hunt. And I like him in the 5th. The problem is, I just saw that, Andrews fell, so that's the way I went. But, man, Kareem Hunt in the 6th. I'm in love with that. I love that pick. All right. So after Hunt, you got some more tight ends going. The rest of that kind of group there. Sean Watson, a lot of the quarterbacks. As I mentioned, this is every draft. The quarterbacks are going into the 7th now. That 3rd tier. Brady, Breeze, Ryan, Wentz, Josh Allen are all starting to go. I don't have a quarterback yet, so I might look at it. But the fact is that almost every team at this point has a quarterback except for me. One other team, the 11th team, does not have a quarterback. So I don't think I'm in a rush because when I look at the quarterbacks, I feel okay with a lot of them, right? Breeze, I don't love this year, but Stafford, Rodgers, Newton, Roethlisberger, I like all those guys. So I look down here, look at my team. I like DeAndre Swift. I've been getting a lot of DeAndre Swift, but I probably need another wide receiver here. Go and fill out my team. And I love Marvin Jones there. I know he's the top guy, but I do love him there. Same thing with Christian Kirk. I'm a really big fan. He's going to have the targets. He'll be there. I'm going Christian Kirk. I want some floor here, and I love his floor. 6-7 targets a game should be, basically, locked in. And I like that. I like it a lot. All right. So, yeah, Marvin Jones went to pick after me. That's, I was thinking about him. Thinking about DeAndre Swift. Both those guys go in the same round within a couple picks of my pick. So, That's what happens. Then Drew Brees, very balanced team right now. I've got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a tight end. Like my depth, like my starters. I like all this stuff, right? So I'm looking for really high upside guys right now. Um, look at quarterbacks. I can wait. If I wind up with Newton or Roethlisberger, which I haven't been getting a lot lately, I'm fine with that. My tight end's fine. So let's look all upside here. Y'all know I love Ronald Jones. I'm going J.K. Dobbins here. That was a little bit of a shotgun call there. I'm not going J.K. Dobbins here. I like these upside. I like Deontay Johnson. I'm going to keep going upside wide receiver. He could be a beast. He's high on my rankings. He could be a 125 target guy. We saw Juju have 66 targets as the number 2 in a Ben Roethlisberger-led offense on the other side of Antonio Brown. So, if you have defenses maybe targeting Schuster, then maybe Johnson's open a lot more. I'm not, again, thinking 166 targets. I said 125, and I think that's very, very possible for him. So, all right, with the board, some of these other guys go. Ronald Jones falling down to the 8. With the addition of Leonard Fournette, I don't get it because I think they brought in Fournette because I don't think that McCoy looks great right now. So that kind of makes sense to me, but I don't know. So, all right, we went wide receiver. We got to go running back here. I'm going to carry on Johnson. He's a guy that's very startable to begin the season because we don't know about DeAndre Swift's injury. Even though I do think if you again listen to the podcast, love DeAndre Swift. I think he'll be the starter before long. But carry on Johnson will have playable value for the first part of the season, and if he shows out, then hey, maybe he's the guy. All right, so still no quarterback. No one's picking backups yet. Excuse me. No one's picking backups yet. Stafford is my guy. I like Rodgers. But I haven't been doing this lately, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait another round. So I got 4 more picks. Yeah, I got 4 more picks. Maybe I go tight end here. No, I can wait to get a backup tight end. I already like J.K. Dobbins, so that's where I'm going. I thought about going with him before. He's still there. We know the story. Baltimore's one of the most run-heavy offenses in the league. High draft capital on Dobbins. Really highly touted. I mean, his tape is absolutely fantastic out of college. And they're gonna use him, obviously, but it's going to be a committee. There's going to be a little bit of Gus Edwards, a good amount of Mark Ingram. If something happens to Ingram, then we know what the story is, though. Dobbins, could be a beast. Could be a league winner, in that scenario. All right. Woo. There you go. Yep. All those high upside running backs again. 10th, 11th round. You're seeing this giant array of insurance policy backup running backs, in high upside. That's fine. I get it. I've got 5 running backs. I've got 4 receivers. No one has got a backup quarterback yet, so I'm still chilling. Honestly, I am. Looking at tight ends. I can still get T.J. Hawkinson as my backup, who I really like. I can still get Cam Newton. I can still get Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there's no rush right now. I'm still just padding my bench. I'm padding my bench. I'm going Chase Edmonds, another huge upside guy. We don't know if Kenyon Drake is going to be the 100%, bell cow back in Arizona. So there could be a play there. There goes Aaron Rodgers. Ooh. Still get Matthew Stafford. Next to last round here. That would be my pick. There's no reason not to at this point. I'm going ahead. I'm trying to get the good value little thing here, maybe. Maybe? 137th? No? All right, no good value. We got 1 pick left before we see our draft score. Let's see, we got 5 backs. We got 4 receivers. Let's go high upside receiver or tight end. Oh, Jarwin went. Now we're going to go T.J. Hawkinson. All right, let's see our draft here. Let's see our grade. Oh, hey, all right, a little better, 89, a B+. I like an 89. That means one of these guys is probably going to give me an A, right? Oh, what? Damn. Wow. So, this goes to show you, right? Like, so most of my drafts, I feel like Mike Tagliere is my highest rated fantasy pro expert. This one, he's my lowest. Not a big fan of my team at all. And when I listen to the podcast, I would probably assume it's Josh Jacobs, it's Devontae Parker, and he thinks I could do better than Kareem Hunt. I don't know. I really like this team. So let's go over this team real quick. Matthew Stafford is my quarterback. Josh Jacobs, James Conner, Kareem Hunt, Kerryon Johnson, J.K. Dobbins, and Chase Edmonds are my running backs. Julio Jones, Devontae Parker, Christian Kirk, Deontay Johnson are my wide receivers. And then I have Mark Andrews and T.J. Hawkinson on the bench as my tight end. So, listen, I get it. I like this team, though. Let's look at it. Stafford can way over, perform. He was on pace last year to be a top, 4 quarterback. So if he's a top 8, 9 quarterback, I got great value in the, 11th or 12th round, whatever it was. Josh Jacobs and James Conner. Jacobs, we know the volume's going to be there as long as he is healthy. And if the receptions go up, even just a slight amount, he should easily be a running back 1. James Conner, I have as a running back 1 if he's healthy. So, if he gets hurt, that happens. But he's on the field. He's gonna be performing. Julio Jones, no need to say anything else there. Devontae Parker, I understand that's one of the more polarizing picks to be my wide receiver 2. I have him, I think, as wide receiver 12 or 11. And I know that there may be more risk and question marks with Devontae Parker than some of the other receivers in that range. But there's also the upside. We know Fitzpatrick is going to sling the ball around. We know that. So no reason to expect any different from him. Mark Andrews, again, where I got him, I'm not drafting him in the 3rd, but I got him in the 4th, and that's the key. I don't want him in the 3rd over the other guys I can get in the 3rd, but if he falls to the 4th, somewhere after a few picks, then all of a sudden the value's there, because I think, top 3 tight end is, not a lock, obviously, but it is a very high percentage chance for him with the targets going up, the snap share going up, all that stuff. So, yeah, I like this team. I think I'm a little disappointed in my grade. I think it was a little bit harsh, but, I understand. That's how it goes. So, yep, all right, that's it. That's from the number 8 pick, I think. Not even sure, man. It's hard to keep counting anymore. Yeah, that should be the number 8 pick. So, thanks a lot for joining us. Again, make sure if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like and share the videos, like and share the page. It only helps us out. Want to keep doing this for as long as we can here. And then you can listen to us on any major podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those I mentioned. So, yeah, we appreciate it. Have a great day. Get ready for your drafts. 1 week from football, baby. Yeah, 1 week. All right. So that's going to do it. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next time.